A woman was diagnosed with late-stage cancer. She broke up with her boyfriend. The next day, when she went for a recheck at the hospital, the doctor informed her that the report had been mixed up, but the woman insisted she had symptoms like dizziness and nausea. The doctor then told her she was over 2 months pregnant, so she immediately rushed back, hoping to explain things to her boyfriend, but she unexpectedly found him in an intimate embrace with another woman. Furious, the woman left the city. Little did she know, that was just a one-sided pursuit by an ambitious woman toward the CEO. 6 years passed, thinking they would never cross paths again. She was shocked on her first day at work to find out her boss was her ex, the CEO, but the CEO pretended not to recognize her. What he didn't know was that he had never forgotten her. He quickly pulled up her resume, and when he saw her single status, he was thrilled. He intended to have his assistant call her in to ask about it, but then he reconsidered and thought he should wait until after work to speak to her himself. The woman, seeing her boss from afar, thought he had completely moved on. She decided to focus on living a good life with her daughter, without interference. Finally, at the end of the workday, the CEO eagerly hoped to find her and share his feelings, but when he turned around, he saw her with her husband and daughter. Watching them leave together broke his heart. Little did he know, the man was just her admirer. That evening, back at home, the woman looked at her thoughtful daughter and thought of the CEO. No matter what, she was thankful to him for giving her a daughter. But who would have guessed that in the middle of the night, her daughter suddenly had a nosebleed. The next day, at work, the woman felt dizzy. At first, she didn't pay much attention to it, but then she saw the woman who had once been close to the CEO. She mistakenly thought they were married, not knowing that everything was just the ambitious woman's fantasy. When the ambitious woman saw her, she immediately recognized her as the gold digger who had abandoned the CEO. Without saying a word, she slapped the woman across the face, accusing her of leaving the CEO for money, and now coming back to disturb their lives. No matter how the woman tried to explain that she hadn't known the CEO was her boss, the ambitious woman kept shouting louder, making the woman lose face in front of her colleagues. Her co-workers started gossiping and angrily calling her shameless. Helpless, the woman didn't bother to explain anymore. She just focused on her work, but the ambitious woman became even bolder. She threw the woman's documents on the floor. The woman, unable to tolerate it any longer, stood up to confront her, but the manager walked over and angrily scolded the woman for being too arrogant. He was about to have her removed from the department. At that moment, the CEO walked out, immediately defending the woman. The woman thought the CEO still had feelings for her, but the next second, the CEO grabbed the ambitious woman's hand and said she was his girlfriend. They were about to get engaged. The woman was crushed by this sudden news, and in the next moment, she fainted from dizziness. The CEO rushed her to the hospital, where it was found that she was suffering from formaldehyde poisoning. The CEO immediately ordered his assistant to track down the landlord and make sure he faced the consequences. At that moment, the woman's teacher called, saying her daughter had a nosebleed at school and urgently needed treatment. The CEO couldn't ignore it, so he went straight to the school, but the teacher mistakenly thought he was the girl's father. After asking around, they discovered the girl was also likely suffering from formaldehyde poisoning. Just then, the woman staggered over and tried to rush in to see her daughter, but the doctor said her daughter's situation was critical and required a large